A couple of people have asked me about internet advice that has been given and spread around the community that you can't be trespassed from publicly accessible property or property that's generally held open to the public unless and until you commit a crime there. That is untrue in every state that I've looked at. Um, but the reason it exists is probably due to a misreading of California's Penal Code 602 by California Guardian. Either he misread it or he misstated it, and people heard his misstatement and ran with it. One of the two. So it's really hard in California to get trespassed from public property. And if you only look at California Penal Code 602, if it's open to the public, the only one that applies is T. And the subdivision for T only applies if to a person, excuse me, it only applies to a person who's been convicted of a crime committed upon the particular private property. Now, that doesn't mean the subdivision applies to a person who commits a crime on the particular private property. You have to actually be convicted, arrested, charged, tried, and convicted of a crime committed upon the particular private property that's generally open to the public or not in order to be trespassed under subsection T or section T of 602. Just to be clear, though, the most likely way you'll get trespassed in California from a public agency that's open to the public, from a business that's open to the public, is 602.1, and that requires intentional interference with the business carried on there. So it would be a question that a court would have to answer: is filming, just filming, assuming you're all you're doing is filming and you're not being a jerk or yelling or being otherwise disruptive, is just filming intentionally interfering with the lawful business? And it's probably not, which is why you don't see me going after the California auditors saying, oh, you're trespassing here, because they're probably not. In all the films that I've seen, and all the videos I've seen, they're probably not trespassing if they're in a business that's open to the public or a public agency that's open to the public. That doesn't mean, like, when they go into the post office, they would still be violating those post office 39 CFR 232.1. They would still be in violation of those. They would still be subject to federal sanctions, federal jurisdiction laws, but they're probably not trespassing. And there is no federal trespass statute, so it's in California, they're probably not trespassing. But if you look at Colorado, this is third degree. There is no requirement that you commit a crime before you're trespassed, nor does it say in the definition of enter unlawfully. It just says that if you enter in or remain upon premises that are at the time open to the public, you do so with license and privilege, unless the person defies the lawful order not to enter or remain personally communicated to him by the owner, blah, blah, blah. So there's no indication in Colorado that there has to be a crime committed. Texas, similarly, there's no requirement that a crime is committed before you're trespassed from publicly accessible property. So I hope that makes sense to you. And if you have any more questions, please feel free to ask. If I have time, I will be happy to answer them. Thanks and have a great day.